Weird. I don't know what is going on with the computers today. Everybody is having a little issue. Storms, can you still hear the echo? I think it's that music. Like when it delays, it creates an echo. I've noticed that too. But I had it yeah, I had it closed on my side. I didn't have it completely closed, but I had the sound off. So I don't How can I have echo? How could you still hear echo? Maybe is anybody else hearing echo on their side? Do you by chance have me? Hey, cool gamer. Do you by chance have me on your phone and your computer? And hi, my Renaissance grandma. Welcome in. Okay, Storms, it's you, hon, because I was trying to figure out how you would have me on echo while I wasn't even live on this side. Like, that was weird. That I was wondering. I'm like, how is he hearing me echo when he's not can't see my StreamYard yet? Hey, thanks for coming in, Carolyn. Yeah, it wouldn't be me though echoing other than the house itself. Yeah. So, I am actually right now, this is avocado, my mulberries that I grew out back, frozen, of course, some filtered water, slice of lemon with most of the rind cut off because it gets too like bitter. And I think that's it. Just a little something to get me going because I haven't eaten breakfast yet. Actually, I've been fasting through breakfast and starting later with my food choices and drinking water. I've been trying to get in. Got 3 of these in yesterday, which is an improvement for me. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you sharing me out, Storms, Radios, and Cats. Thank you. Yeah, that was so odd because I was like, "What? How's Barry here in my StreamYard too?" Like, because I'm not even. It's not like totally live yet. Oh, weird. That's too funny. Well, welcome you all. For some of you, you've come in before and you know I've been trying different diets to help myself feel better. And not necessarily diets, it's like more like, oh, you can see all my piles. Uh, Eating strategies that my body will agree with that will help me, recoup energy, heal my gut, and just get past this overstress slump that I've had with all kinds of things that have happened in my family over the last 10 years. So, one of the biggest things as you're heading into making any changes is to attack stress and kind of come up with a plan with what you're going to do. I have not like attacked it so well yet. I still need to get out, and that's why I'm saying because I'm just sharing my experience. My name is Carol. If you are just tuning in or you're playing the replay, I am a former certified Florida teacher. So if I come off a little teacherly, that is where it's from. But I'm coming to you in humility because this is just something I'm going through. It's an experience I'd like to share with you, and then you can share yours, and we can encourage one another together to live a healthy lifestyle. Oh, really? Okay. That's good to know, Carolyn. Hey, watch, watch, watch. He's like moving all along around right now, of course, with wires. Hold on one second. Give me just a second because I just have a feeling this whole desk will go down. We have this one, well, before we moved into this house, they took out a whole wall here and they took out the outlets. Like there is no outlets here to my right or, where the wall would have gone over, we probably would have had a couple outlets and then they tiled. Carolyn, then you probably know quite a bit, and that might be something too you could do a video on, is that you have been through it for 35 years. I started with basically an older book showing that last week, And it was just a simple little book, which I went and even got the updated version. The updated version still takes me back to when I started, when I was really doing I started looking for what was going on with my system, because I knew my system was off, especially after they took my gallbladder. It was just terrible, and they don't tell you anything about recovery as far as, your vitamin absorption is going to be way different. Hey, Joshua, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. They don't tell you you're not going to absorb your fat soluble vitamins anymore. They don't tell you your hormones are fat based. Oh, good. Yes, that's great, Shawnee. I love that idea. And welcome in, Shawnee Shave. Yes, that is one thing. Researching, breathe. And my mom used to even say that when things were really stressful, her saying was always deep breaths, because we shallow breathe when we are stressed out. We don't diaphragm breathe. We don't fill up our, like, the idea is to get the breath as deep as you can get it into your lungs, and slow so you don't hyperventilate. Yeah, my mom was a big proponent of just breathe, take deep breaths. This too shall pass. We will get through this. And as a woman of the 50s, of a young housewife, and then her being a single mom, she knew a few things about stress. So what I have here are the old book that I showed you last time and we were reading through, which I don't want to discourage you guys from any foods in particular. It's the non-foods I'm most concerned about right now, the things that they have in boxes. And then here's the updated version. I haven't gotten all the way through this because it just came in to see what he actually updated. But this is from a doctor who wrote it, who was kind of a little bit ahead of the curve. Yeah, he's basically, the high, hold on one second. Sorry. He knows when I'm on and talking to you guys, so that's when all kinds of stuff breaks loose. Let's see. His overcoming, it's still all sweets in this book, milk products. Now, see, he is like, the vinegar is still here. But I have read other doctors and watched other doctors on YouTube who say no, apple cider vinegar or a little kimchi, or I'm more towards the apple cider vinegar, but not that much, like, because the wild yeasts are a thing for me. They might not be for you, but as you're clearing out your system, you really don't want to include any yeasts at all. And you want to be fortifying yourself with probiotics and including things that are going to kind of make the yeast die back, like garlic. Garlic pills were just as effective as, I think it was nystatin. It was a really big antifungal. There was a study, a medical study. Let me see if I have it written down which one it was, because that blew me away. Coconut oil, ginger, garlic, all three of those are heavy hitters against the Candida. Let me see. The biggest thing, like, is lower or really eliminate processed foods, sugar. The dairy helps me, but I see some people that have included it in their Candida cleanse. I can't. That's because of inflammation. That's not strictly because of the lactose, because lactose is a sugar. Milk has sugar in it. For me, it is because milk is cow's breast milk, and it has hormones, and it will shift my hormones, cause me pain, cause my hormones to do weird things. Let me see. I still can't find it. Yeah, these are some of the supplements too that are recommended to help. And you want some, like, this is not to kill all Candida. I mean, all yeast. You need some yeast in your system. We all have it naturally. all of us. It's when your immune system drops due to stress, due to illness, whatever drops it, and that candida or diet overgrows and there becomes an imbalance, and then it becomes fungal, and the fungal candida actually will put roots into you and you become its host, and then it is causing the gut dysbiosis, like things that can get really bad, like SIBO. It can lead into it just can lead into really bad places. Leaky gut oftentimes is not just damage from medications and a bad diet. It is then the yeast that overgrows and becomes fungal, sends down roots into your gut, and creates those openings that small particles of food are getting into. And then you are reacting to everything. And that's where I am. I'm hyper reactive to a lot of different foods now. Not more than other people, though. I mean, I've heard my Renaissance grandma talk about hers. I've heard the diva talk about hers. So we all have different things going on. And I would say, too, and this is something I do say, we're all our own petri dish. Oh, gosh. Oh, wow. I know what that's like. As soon as I went live, I purposely took this out, Shawnee, 2 hours early and opened it and played lives, and was checking in with, other people. So he would think I was live. And that's, of course, we got the poo-pooing out of the way, and now he's just being, animated so far. So hopefully we won't have any things where I'm like, gotta go. And I have changed my seating. I don't sit at the table anymore because he gets into stuff if I do. So yeah, I totally understand what that's like. Right. See, that's exactly what happens. I haven't studied it yet, but my Renaissance grandma, I had wondered if you had looked into Dr. Sibo. Is that not Sibo? Siba? See, now I want to say SIBO because of the gut stuff. Oh my goodness, I just killed his name. I'll come back to him, but I did get a book for us because Shawnee and I were like, okay, what do we eat then? If we can't eat this and we can't eat that, what do we eat? And I got this book right here called The Natural Candida Cleanse. And it gives you like a marker to look at. Basically, at 2 weeks, you should be feeling a little different. And I have been feeling so much better with no sugar in my diet, no dairy. CB, yeah, that's it. Yes, Dr. CB. I saw his book too, and I was like, might have to look into that because I've heard great things about him around, the YouTube streets. This book, though, it gives us at least a short distance to go, and then if you want to add on, a few more weeks. I think what I was reading was about 3 months it takes to get really your body to get into more of a homeostasis without all that overgrowth. And I think that is a much easier goal. Just take it 2 weeks at a time. Some of us need to take it a day at a time. Oh, Siba. Okay. Sibe or Siba, as in AH. Yeah, she's the favorite adult today. Yep. But one thing, too, I have been doing is a little bit of sea salt and lemon, kind of like your natural electrolytes, in the water, and also kind of creating more of a living water. The newest tea that I bought for nighttime, other than a cleansing tea, is I heard really great things about needle leaf tea. Let me see if it gives any. It's basically supposed to bring energy in a natural way. So back to the book, and it gives plenty of recipe ideas for all different times of the day. I also watched another YouTuber who she went paleo first, and then transitioned into an anti-Candida diet. And she gave me some ideas, but it was like some stuff too. I'm like, yeah, I can't necessarily do like a starch, um, how do you say, grain-free tortilla. But she did say you can get flaxseed flour and make kind of your own crackers. I saw that with coconut flour. Yeah, thanks. Yay. Yeah, some of us don't have availability. Yes, and buckwheat crackers too, Shawnee. Some of us don't have availability to that. And we have a lactose thing, I think, in our family. So I just need it too because it's not going to change as far as that's cow mommy milk. No matter what, it's always going to have hormones in it. And it's used to fatten up the calf. And I'm trying to lose weight right now. So it doesn't work for me in those two, but I'm sure it could work with all of its benefits still in there and not cooked out. Just like it's the same thing. People, across the pond aren't having issues with the wheat like we are because our wheat has been changed and it's loaded with pesticide. Oh yeah, yeah. So this would help you. I think this diet then would definitely help you. And yes, I want to know what that's like. Yep. Yes, we have dirty wheat. I like that way of saying it. Yep. Yep. Yeah, our it's kind of illegal to sell the raw milk here. They use it for pets. Yeah, of course. We've gone through that the last time. Yeah, I don't I'll have to look into that one. I have to stay away just basically from all bread unless it's pseudo grain. Like even here, I'm going to show you guys. Like I ate totally clean, nothing from a box this week, nothing until we found these. And I thought, oh, not too bad. They have, you can see the ingredients, they're all right there. But I did wonder, okay, that tapioca starch and that cassava flour, because I grow cassava, I know what it is. It's a starchy tuber. And sure enough, the two times I had it, and I only had like maybe 30, so less than two servings of these crackers over 2 days, both times. And I had them at night when I had the munchies. I'm like, well, this is a better thing than grabbing like chips or grabbing, I can't eat popcorn, so I can't even say that. But, grabbing some other goodie. It's that like when you really, really want carbs. Oh, I was so sore in the morning. Oh my goodness. It has meal ideas for you for each time of the day. So they do include dairy. That's the only thing. There is also coconut dairy, but that has so many additives in it sometimes. Um, so if you're including dairy, which I would get organic dairy if you're going to, or if you have availability for raw dairy, it has, let's see. Oh, great. Now it's not showing it to me. I had an issue with Kindle because I went to find this and it was like, oh, yeah, no, you didn't purchase the book. And now it's just giving me all kinds of issues, of course, during the live. But I'm trying to bring up so you can see. This is just the beginning. Okay, let me see. Come on, phone. There we go. So it starts on this page, plan recipes. It gives you a treatment plan. Gives you, can I do it? Yeah. Oh God, it gives you, there's some of the breakfasts that they, are giving you ideas for. Goes into healthy lunches. And then it has dinners. Oh, it also has your savory snacks. Hold on. Now, some of them, I want to make my own almond milk because, yeah, I want to try the quinoa in that way because I do like the buckwheat that way. I love buckwheat porridge with the cinnamon, like lots of cinnamon, and it cooks down. Yeah. Yep. Let's see it. Ooh, create CD crackers. That would be good. And then delicious and easy dinners. Spiced meatballs and coconut curry over cauliflower rice, chicken thighs with creamy arugula. See, I don't need a lot of the creaminess. That's just me. I find that I function better without, unless I can find a coconut milk that's pure and doesn't have all the additives, because that's the thing too, is emulsifiers are not good for our gut either. They are not good for our gut. Pesto over zucchini noodles. That's what I need to get out is my zoodle maker. Slow cooker Greek chicken with cauliflower tabbouleh, which, we could do a quinoa tabbouleh too. Hey, almost homesteading with Janet. Oh, all the gums. Right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, my son is on the plane because he can't do milk when he switched over. And even I am like, maybe I've got to just start biting the bullet and figure out a way to get it and make it myself. You can't do English. Yeah, English muffins you're not trying on here unless you make them yourself with healthier grains. So you don't have to worry about that. It would be like a healthier grain that these are egg muffins, not English. It says Southwestern egg muffins. So that's kind of like what I had made, and I took that video down. It's more like a keto muffin. So, it's mostly eggs and then, whatever meats are safe for you or just all veggie. And then, of course, if you're doing some kind of organic cheese, which I'm not doing. Let me see, where was I? Slow cooker, that's where I was. Okay, salmon cakes with asparagus almondine. I would just eat the salmon. Because some people don't like salmon cakes. In fact, I know my friend Cindy does not like salmon because of salmon cakes. Southwestern stuffed peppers. Sage and citrus roasted pork chops. Ooh, that sounds really good. Fajita bowl and wraps. I'm interested in seeing how they're making their wraps. Cumin spiced flank steak with roasted broccoli, stir-fried beef and broccoli. I ate a lot of stir-fried beef and broccoli after I got my gallbladder out, and it really helped me build up my iron. Hey, gardening warrior. Yeah, the kids love them. I used to love Egg McMuffins, but it's no way good for trying to cleanse yourself of candida. It feeds it. Any of the breads, basically, that are typical store-bought breads are going to feed it. And especially gluten bread, anything with gluten. Let's see, the crispy coconut salmon. Ooh, slow cooker pork carnitas. That sounds good too. Cream lemon tarragon baked salmon, mini meatloaf muffins. And I was just thinking about making meatloaf for this next week because we're going to be busy. And then an easy marinara sauce. See, that's my problem too, is I have to go easy on the nightshades also. Oh, okay. You didn't say that. Okay. Got it. I missed that you were saying egg muffins instead of the, got it. That's a great recipe, and welcome in, gardening warrior. Hold on, I missed you. I was going to put you up. Yeah. So see, the thing with me is it's not just an elimination for candida. It is also an elimination diet for this fibro stuff that I have going on. So some of it is also things that could spike my hormone sensitivity. Like we were talking about, I'm down to 1 cup of coffee a day, black, and just it includes like my D-ribose supplement in it. But I'm going to be backing off of that and not have that in my diet for a while, because caffeine will elevate the sugar that is flowing through your bloodstream. And of course, we know that yeast loves sugar. So I'm going to be eventually removing that. And then what you do is you slowly add the things back to find out exactly what, your body responds the best to, that you can function off of the best. Oh, that's going to be so hard to switch a diet with them. I know. I want to switch Malachi's too. Uh, Here are some things that you guys might not know make your any kind of candida, other than the sugar, other than the, foods in boxes, other than, all the carbs, other than not taking care of ourselves with moving around and having a stagnant lifestyle, birth control pills can make it worse, which that's where I struggle, because right now I'm on, it's called a progesterone only pill. It's for my migraines. I have hormonal migraines that started during perimenopause. I still believe I'm in the end of perimenopause, because every time I try to go off of them, yeah, they return right around that time and I clock along with my daughter. So I am switching over to bioidentical, but it does not say that's any better on your gut. That's the only thing I found, and I'm not happy about, is any of that at all can do weird things with your gut, which makes sense, because those of us who are women in the room know that when our PMS is starting time, that time where we know we're going towards our period, we also can get IBS. So we know the stomach, there is a connection with our hormones and our stomach. And yeah, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to see if it's better than progestin on its own is what was linked in this study to breast cancer. It was not estrogen. That study, they came out and were like, okay, women, you can't have HRT anymore because you're going to get breast cancer. And that estrogen is so bad. Estrogen was bad for women who still had their uterus and were doing estrogen only. Those who were taking both had a less chance of any kind of increase. And the increase was like really not a lot for the test subjects, because they were not in the best health and they were older women. So they could have been headed that way anyway. Right? I know. Totally. And especially once you hit perimenopause, because you're feeling it way more. Yeah, really just awful. So, yeah, with progesterone only, and that's not progesterone, this is progestin, this is the synthetic. And for me, I've tried the creams, I've tried all the, healthy health food store help for hormones. Didn't work for me. I became a raging bee on the progesterone cream, raging bee. And the one that's supposed to help your estrogen, it might have messed with my estrogen a little bit, but only to the point where it just gave me migraines. So I was like, yeah, no, that's not regulated so much. So I don't know how much it's messing with my estrogen. Yeah, they probably are like my stepdaughter. Do they have another issue going on, like endometriosis? Because my stepdaughter has endometriosis and she has always gotten sick off of every single birth control pill. Meanwhile, she wanted children so bad she did IVF. And we know that that's just all injectable. It scares me for her future, because they had 3 kids that way, 3 children on IVF. And the research that comes out about IVF and those hormones is not good for the future and for cancer. But anyway, some of the meals that I did see when I was online and looking, oh, hey, Netta's Nest, welcome in. Some of the meals that I did see, and I've done something like this, but I don't have the sprouts. But now I'm encouraged to grow sprouts, because then I'm still gardening. It's like just a mini garden in my house that I can get to. It's eggs with actually greens, and she did just sprouts, and sprouts are the like super nutrition, because it's all condensed right there, and that little seed just throwing up the first little sign of that plant. Yeah, see, some people are, and for me, uh, without the help from that progestin, I would be. I was having chronic migraines. They were chronic because of the perimenopause, making my hormones do all kinds of. stuff just all over the place. But also my stress level has been super high for the last 10 years. I was watching my favorite person in the world, my dad, fade away. Smartest man I ever knew. Sorry. uh, I'm not getting the sleep I should. That's the one thing too, is this time in your life, it really whacks that out. I have been sleeping better, and I have noticed though, I'm wanting to go to sleep at night. Like I'm wanting to go to bed. And usually I have such bad insomnia, but now I'm noticing, hey, I'm actually getting tired when other people get tired, like ready for bed. It's just getting me there. I was success. Oh, good. Awesome. Now, how did you do it, Shawnee? Did you just do like the paper towel method, or do you have I have one of those little green and white trays I want to try. I just got it from like Temu. Yeah. And then it was, mom was next. Like she was having strokes during that time too, Janet. And then he was a ward of the state, and I had to get judge's orders signed in order to leave the state to go see my parents in PA and then drive back and forth with him in diapers. Like it was just insane. Insane. So, and then of course I had fibro. I had this huge, like the fibro coming on stronger because of the stress, but I'm supposed to travel with it and remain on these, the medications. And if I threw off my medications, oh, it was awful. It was just, oh, so bad. But anyway, I'm not there anymore. Thank God. That time has passed. New time. Oh, you do the mason jar method? Okay. Did you get like the plastic sieve though? The sieve lids? Because I've seen that they can rust. Drained and rinsed them 4 times. Ooh, 4 times a day. Wow. That's like a little baby. Yeah, it's metal. It'll last for a little while, but I've seen, like when I was looking at them too, I was seeing a lot of complaints of them rusting. The other thing this YouTuber had was she made her own flax bread, which I need to go back and get her recipe, and then I can share that with you guys for avocado toasts. Avocado is like my lifesaver. Like that's what is making this creamy without emulsifiers. Of course, they want you to avoid high mold nuts, and this is something that I do. I always put my nuts in the freezer that I'm not going to eat right away, or even ones that I would partake in just a little bit. They were saying that Brazil nuts tend to be a high mold nut, which was disappointing because they're really good with selenium. But if you're eating all those greens, you're going to boost all your minerals. Pumpkin, sunflower stored in the freezer are ones that were good. Fruits are your blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, the low glycemic. This is mulberries. I looked them up. They're fine too. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I want to try it, especially just to be able to have like an avocado toast if I want, or to have a little toast with, say, a soup. And she was saying too, like one of the things that she made was soups. And I was like, duh, soups, of course, like instant nutrition, like tea. Um, the wrap that she used, I wouldn't have to use that wrap. You can use cabbage, you can use lettuce. Like if you are trying to get nutrition in, you want everything to have a little bit of nutrition. You want everything to be feeding the good gut microbes while you're starving out the, fungus among us. And then, you diversify, your chicken, your fish, your turkey, uh, you know, some grass fed beef. But even then, the grass fed beef, you have to watch where, try and get local because we don't know, the spraying that they're doing. If you must have a pasta, they do have grain free pastas. You just have to pay attention and listen to your body. Jovial, I believe, is a grain free pasta. but I won't be partaking in that. I can't have any carbs right now. And I'll tell you, it has been a lifesaver for my pain. It's really been helping. And then, of course, I started like doing just little exercises that are not significant to anybody else, but my body feels them. So, like, where you're taking in, like, you're just taking a really deep breath in and you're drawing up your belly. And for us mommies who have had babies, it's tightening. You're tightening, and you're tightening those lower abs while you're doing it too, like drawing it up. Oh, it's an exercise, believe it or not. Just doing that and then even turning like a little bit to the side for the obliques while you're tight. That's an exercise. Against the wall for back here, like a push-up exercise. You don't have to get down on the ground. There's chair exercises, wall exercises now, and there's videos on YouTube. Yeah, just little bits. I want to get to the point where I can do like dance exercise, but I can't jump around a lot right now. I'm just, my body can't handle it. Turmeric and paprika, spice, roasted. Those are good. Yes. Yum. Yeah, the planks. I'm so impressed with you. That's great. Yeah. I can't. I need to start doing more stretching. Did he come in? I know. He's so bad putting those pictures in there, and then our other friend Yosi putting in fried stuff too. Hey, the Big Rooster Show. Thanks for popping in. Big Rooster has his live today right before my late night. I think yours is at 9:30, man. Is that what time? Is it 9:30 or 9 o'clock tonight? I want to pop in and see you. It's just that's the time I've got him in the background. So if I hide in the bushes, I'll just say I'm hiding in the bushes. Welcome in. So good to see you. I'm having a pretty good day today, and thank you. I hope you are too over there. Hope Turkey as well. I'm actually was just telling everybody I'm having an avocado mulberry with a little bit of water. These were frozen, the mulberries, so it gives a nice coolness. Small piece of lemon, kind of like this, where I've cut off some of the pith, so it's not super bitter. Just to keep me going because I didn't have eggs this morning. I've been eating eggs, like a poached eggs on greens, little bit of olive oil on the greens themselves, salt and pepper, avocado. I did try the grape tomatoes, organic grape tomatoes, and still I have to be careful. Darn, I love nightshades. Like in my mouth loves nightshades. My body's like, no. I'm wondering though if I pressure cook it, like one doctor says it's the lectins, that if I pressure cook tomato sauce and make my own, if it would be okay. Of course, taking the skins off, not grape tomatoes, that would take forever, but you know what I mean. On this food journey, well, right now, hold on, I will see, because I am, what you see is what you get with me. I'm not so big on not being like upfront and honest. Let me see. I'm trying to go back to what I was. I don't know if I have it, what weight I was, because this is one thing that's a great side effect of getting rid of the different things in my diet causing inflammation, is I'm getting rid of inflammation and I'm losing some weight, and I haven't even really started adding in like exercises like you're doing, Shawnee, with the planking and everything. I'm just doing little things right now. Okay, well, at the doctor's, let's see, this was my last cheat day on March 7th, but there it was. It was so delicious, too. I'm not going to lie. That was the one that I said I wish I could have more from. That was March 7th when I was at my doctor. His scale said I was 152. I think I had about 150. So there is room for error, about a pound compared to my scale and his. But now I just weighed myself yesterday, and I am down 1 41. Just a few weeks. This stage, the elimination process, I'm still in because that's what I was trying to encourage you guys with, is do an elimination of a few things, like one thing at a time, then take it to 2, then take it to 3. So you don't have the, and I don't, Carolyn's here, Herxheimer? Is that how you say it? I forget how you say it, but it's that reaction where you get yourself sick because you are killing the candida like so fast that it is sending out poison into your system. This is a gradual dying back of the yeast in my system. And then, using teas at night, like I couldn't find my peach detox. I love that stuff. I forget which detox flavor I got from Yogi. And drinking that at night, taking your magnesium too, so you keep the pathways open to eliminate the stuff that is dying off, so it's not in there, fermenting in your system. Oh, good, Shawnee. Thank you. And thank you, Carolyn. Thank you. But yeast, if you kill it off too fast in your system, you can get really sick because it gets angry and it throws off some poison. That is what you're feeling, and it's a terrible feeling. So that is what I'm here to encourage you guys to do. Start slow, maintain, get to a point where you are feeling great on it, then maintain it for 2 weeks, see how you're feeling. The problem is, and I was watching this doctor, let me take another sip of my water. And he said, the testing for candidiasis or candida is all over the place. The limits that you can have, all over the place. So you might take one test and you are super high and it looks, bleak for you. The other one has a higher limit that you can have, so you're fine. It's average. He's a functional medicine doctor. He used to use them all the time in his practice. He says, I no longer use them. I go by basically how the client is feeling, the symptoms they're presenting, of course, if they're having like yeast infections, if they're having thrush, if they're having even, you can have, this is going to sound gross, but you can have a yeast infection in your butt because it's from mouth to the end that yeast can grow. And he was saying he doesn't use the test anymore. And he's more of the diet is ease in. Don't make anything like totally so bad, try it like I'm doing. Like, okay, well, that looks like it might be okay. It looks like it might have some iffy things in it, but I'm going to try it, see how my body responds. And right now it responds like, yeah, it's not the time to eat that. Maybe I'll try flax and coconut, flour crackers and see if my body likes them next. Right now is just, I'm still in that elimination process, Shawnee. So I'm not really positive of how long I have ahead of me because I have to do the elimination, then reintroduce those foods, one at a time. That's where I failed last time, 10 years ago. When I eliminated everything, it jumped back into my diet so fast because we had our daughter's wedding. And, we were eating, and then I just was like, oh, well, and didn't go back on the elimination diet after and, do the introductions. I did find out on that last elimination diet, I am someone who cannot have hummus. Garbanzo beans and I are not friends. I also already know kidney beans and I, as far as red kidney beans, not friends. I can't digest their outsides. I'm curious about the white beans, if I can do that, but I am trying not to eat too many beans right now either, because even on Whole30, they kind of want you to stay away from the beans. But if you're a vegetarian, you've got to go for those beans. So you need to figure out what beans are not going to be irritating to your gut and what you can digest and use. Oh, these were what I was starting to say, but it was early on, so I stopped. Some of the supplements that you can take to help decrease the yeast or overgrowth of yeast in your system is uva ursi, garlic, oregano, berberine, peppermint, like peppermint tea at night, caprylic acid, and black walnut. And there's another one, but I have to look that one up. So I won't even mention it yet until I know what that is. Black walnut, what's interesting is you'll see that too in a lot of supplements where you are cleansing pests. So you might have other interesting things come out your bum while if you're doing black walnut. Some parasitic things. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I was trying. Okay, here's my notes. It creates mycotoxins. If you kill it off too fast, it creates mycotoxins, and yeast can attack any organ or system in your body. So the mycotoxins then are there in those systems, and it can just wreak havoc. So you do it slow. So you don't hurt yourself. Coconut oil is something that naturally has caprylic acid in it. So by adding coconut oil or raw coconut oil, some people can put it right in their coffee. I used to be able to do that, or their tea, but I don't like that oily kind of residue anymore. So I'm thinking maybe pseudo grain, like some kind of pseudo grain I can put it in with. I did that actually in the buckwheat, the cream of buckwheat. Let's see. I went over the ginger, the kimchi. I can't do the kimchi right now because it is wild yeast. I get into kimchi usually. But it does help, just like a tablespoon or so, they said is effective at helping kill or, lower the yeast load. And of course, like I said before, lower or eliminate processed foods, which I've done. That's the first processed food I had in 2 weeks. Actually, it might be longer. I have not been eating things out of the box, except for like raw foods. Like we're talking the grains like buckwheat or pseudo grains like buckwheat, your quinoa, your chia, something like that. Hey, Moon over Miami, welcome in. Grr. I had a wild idea to move my radio over to the south facing window for the. That's why it's a wild idea. I have wild ideas too. Like I'm gonna redo my whole backyard and just kind of reset everything. Yeah, nothing happened. I have a pole too that I need to cut in half, and I even have the wire back here to get my grates going. I hope to do it, but now I'm not even sure how long. I really want to be here in this house, so we'll see. Not really sure what to do. It's hard to leave your plants behind. This was a really cool thing that I found out, Shawnee. They did a study on toothbrushing, on brushing your teeth. People who brush their teeth one time a day versus people who brush after every meal. And the knockback was unbelievable for the people who brush their teeth every meal. It was crazy, crazy improvement. So balance your diet and use the antimicrobials and your probiotics, and then of course get moving. There's also a restful diet that I didn't get to look into. This one doctor was talking about an elemental diet, but then he mentioned, like, I guess the solution has multidextrin in, which is crap. I don't want to purposely put that in my body. Yeah, I don't do breakfast. That's helping me too because I just never was a breakfast person to start. And I find people who go on diets and then suddenly they're like, oh, I've got to have mini meals all day long, just like they told me to. That was the suggestion. And you're not giving your body a chance to rest at all. You're feeding yourself all the time. You're grazing. Well, what grazes? Cows and pigs. At least the cows are eating grass. Yeah, that sounds good. Can't touch the bread right now. And I have to be easy on the peanuts because same thing. They're one of those fungal. It's not a nut, but it's known for growing fungus on the shells. And they say that like some of the anaphylaxis is from that fungus on the shell, the mold. That somehow gets blended into the peanut butter. Let's see. For this doctor, he did say total low carb is not necessary, like low to no carb. The biggest thing is your stress. Try and take that on and make a little change in your diet. Add in the probiotics. I'm taking quite a bit of probiotics right now. I can get those if you want me to. The elemental diet, which I have to look into, which I think you could do like a low carb juice fast, but I mean, like, not using, stay away from mango, my favorite, which I did partake by accidentally in a half a mango, and boy, did my sugar spike, even though the mango wasn't completely ripe. And then I went and I looked it up and I was like, oh, because if I was keto, I just ate all my carbs in that half of that mango, all my sugars and carbs in that. And it was a small one. It was like a little honey sized mango. They are loaded with sugar, and so are bananas, and that's why they're so delicious. So yeah, probably like more of a green juice fast with berries you could do for like a day and just give your system time to reset. Unless you have thrush, that you don't want to really liquefy any of your foods. Yeah, I love mangoes too, and mango season is coming, so I want to take a break from this if I can, and like just totally have a reprieve from the yeast and enjoy some of those, and then maybe freeze them. But I don't know if I'm going to get to. But any yeast infections you're having are a sign of that you've got, like through thrush or any of those others, it's a sign you have the yeast or candida overgrowth. So any questions for me? I showed you my weight, showed you a book that I had gotten. I also have other books that I'm always like, skimming through. This one is a really good book. If you do have fibromyalgia, it's called the Fibro Manual. It gives suggestions for supplements and everything else. I haven't been able to get through all of it, but just looking through some of it, I was like, oh, I wish I knew that. It's trying to get you into more natural things that you can take and not just all the drugs, but it does tell you what drugs do what for fibromyalgia. Then here's another one to take to your doctor when they are like against HRT. And I'm talking about, you need to know your body. I'm not suggesting everybody go on HRT, because I have women that had cancer and they cannot go on HRT because it is an estrogen positive cancer. And this was the other one. And I have, more. But what I've found so far, the most effective for me, pain-wise, is just eliminating certain foods. We're not drinking a bunch of coffee, Homestead Aquarius. It leaves sugar flowing through your veins, sir. Carolyn, how long ago was that? Do you remember which one it was that you guys had? I have a mango tree. It's flowering. I can't wait to go out and check it to see if it's got any little nodules on it, which will become the mangoes themselves. That's something I'm excited about. Oh my goodness. And sitting wrong is not good either for pain. I am sitting incorrectly. But what have you guys been doing this week? Maybe that's good for your body or good for your soul, or, good to distress. Yeah, mine is too, pretty much, but my soul is not completely better yet. And that's not you either, Homestead Aquarius. Maybe occasionally we are on certain days, but that's not us. Even Storm is like, that ain't you, man. Come on. Or are you saying you didn't get to do anything as far as self-care this week? I have to say that at least finding that I can have pseudo grains helps, because one night I was like, I so don't want to do a salad or a green, like a veggie and a protein tonight. Stop, please. Get that out of your mouth. I so don't want to do that. And I made myself the porridge, the buckwheat porridge with cinnamon and some mulberries. And it just hit that spot. I just needed some comfort food and it hit that spot. Oh, the green mango tree. Okay. So it was an older mango then. Yeah, those are great for pickled dishes and things like that. Like in the Philippines, they'll eat both, and in Thailand too. There's like a Thai. It might have been a Thai mango for hours in the morning. So today, so oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Are you sick, or is it just life in general? It's knocking you back. Definitely praying for you. I know what that's like. Oh, sounds like something I would do. That's when you're really tired, mama. Oh, bless you. Yeah, it can be life. I totally understand that. I totally get that. I know that mine was, the perimenopause plus life and at that time, and then the fibro was just raging because of those two things, feeding it. And I too could not, had a hard time getting out of bed, and I was getting sick real easy too. We were fostering him at the time. Can you get him his water? Hold on one second, daughter. Sorry, my daughter's starting a job soon, and she had a thought as far as what to do about her lunches rather than just PB&J. Hope you are having. Oh, hey, Gear, you too. Oh, enjoy your time out with the old lady. I hope she likes being called that. That was one rule in my house that I was like, I am no one's old lady. Don't call me old. But I think you mean old lady, like not old, like a southern way of saying my lady. But yeah, I know. Gear. That's what I used to always do. Greet them like that. But so I showed you my honest progress. I'm not sure if I'm 141 today because that's the thing about inflammation. You set it off and it can raise, like you're suddenly got more water you're holding on to. And that's the other thing. The more water, the more glucose and fructose and things like that in your system, the more water you will hold on to. So it's something to consider as you're trying to get off of, the typical SAD diet. That's not right. No, no. Why would you want to leave that store? It's like my favorite to go into those stores. Just go in the garden section. That's all, and tell her to give you a phone call when she's done. Usually, that speeds things along when the guy goes to the section that he likes, and yeah. But Theron just doesn't even come with me to stores anymore. We're so far along in our marriage that yeah, we stopped shopping together a long time ago because of the different approaches. Like women can go in and oh, yeah, that's right. I needed that. And, okay, yeah, I forgot about that on the list. And guys got the list and they're just like boom, 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 boom. Ow. Like a race. It's 3:31. I could open this up for anybody who wants to join the panel, but I don't know if I have panel people that want to come up and just chit chat. You have to also be proud of yourself too. That's one thing. Like, kudos to me. I got through another day and didn't get into whatever sweets are in your home because it's Easter coming up Sunday. So yeah, my kids. Oh well, mostly Hannah. She loves Reese's and Lindt chocolate, and it's in my house. But I'm really not that tempted by that right now. I have straight up cacao nibs that they turned into chips, like chocolate chips. No sugar, no nothing in them but the cacao nib, and so bitter. But if you put it in a smoothie, it gives it that kind of chocolate flavor along with like some almond. I have some almond butter that was made without the almond skins. It's kind of yummy. Oh, you too. Thanks for coming in, Caroline. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. Bless you too. God bless you too. Garden section where I love, but oh yeah, it's yeah, it's expensive. So true. So it gets so expensive. Right, yeah, I can only afford little. Oh, bless you, Barry. Oh, come on. You can afford some seeds. Seeds are better than knickknacks by the register. Definitely. Getting and storing your seeds right now is really a good thing. If you have a little bit of extra cash to make sure you have that put away. But if any of you have applied anything as far as, changing your diet up, would love to know about that. Or if you're planning to and what you think might help you. And please don't say fried fish, Homestead Aquarius, because we all are still kind of drooling over that fried fish that you showed us. But you still did better than, I would say getting a bunch of fattening barbecue with barbecue sauce all over it. There's the link for anyone who wants to come up. That's in my side chat. It's kind of a slow day today, I think, because it is, Holy Weekend. Holy Week and Holy Weekend. It feels weird actually to even go live tonight. I didn't even think about that until just now. But what was I gonna? Oh, that's right. I forgot I was right in there. I don't know what this guy, why he has a thing with melons. I'm gonna have to look up the sugar on melons to see how bad. And then he must have not had the information on coffee. That study must not have happened until after this book that coffee elevates sugar in the bloodstream. Of course, lay off your processed meats and dried fruits, things like that. Plus, with dried fruits, I don't know if you guys have had it happen, but if you eat a lot of store-bought dried fruits, they're loaded with sulfites and sulfur, and you can create a storm in your body and have an allergic reaction. And then you also have to find out your own foods that trigger any kind of sensitivities and allergies. And he talks about the most common ones are eggs, dairy, wheat, soy, nuts, and corn. So for me, dairy, wheat, and corn and soy are removed. So the eggs and the nuts I still allow, but even with the eggs, I have to be careful. Yes, little steps. That's right. You did good compared to, what you could have had there when you said what was available. Almost made me spit out my smoothie. Kale instead of catfish. I'll tell you what, my Renaissance grandma has a video, and I linked it in my community tab because I asked her, how do I use these banana blossoms? Well, she actually gets them canned, so I guess they've been kind of marinated and they look a little bit softer. I'm going to have to see what mine are like because they are coming right off the plant. Like if I have to cook them down at all a little bit to make them soft like that, I don't know. But it's the interior of the male banana blossom. They left all the little female flowers on it too. She showed me, and sometimes she picks those off because of the stem that's inside. She took fillets of them basically and fried them like a catfish, or fried them up like, a chicken tender. So, and she said everything is in the seasoning of the flour that you're using. And she used coconut milk because she had it left over instead of dairy, to just put it in the coconut milk and then put it in her preferred, gluten-free, whatever flour that you prefer, and fried it. Oh, thank you. Good. I'm glad you heard me. Okay. That makes sense because yours looked so soft. And I was like, I don't remember mine looking that way. And I'm wondering how much of the outside I have to take off, or I just put the whole thing in. I might take those female flowers out before I even boil it, but I'm not sure. I'm wondering if they probably help hold it together. Yeah, rabbits are good lean meat. That's right. Feed them kale and they will make you meat. There you go. Yeah, you said you lost quite a bit of weight. Proud of you. Proud of you. It's a lifestyle change, really. It's wanting a healthy lifestyle. And that picture on uh, the thumbnail is me at 141 now. And then hopefully I'll have, another one in my new overalls from Temu. So I was going to do a Temu haul, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, you do have to take a lot off to get to like the core of the blossom. I can't wait to try that. I just have to get the right flowers. I want to pick up some extra fine coconut flour because I didn't like the typical where it's a little coarse. Um, some flax flour. I wouldn't mind seeing if I can grind some of the buckwheat into flour. Not really. I really want a flour grinder. I just have the hand one for in case, we lose power. And what's funny is I have organic wheat berries back there because I told Maureen I'm not deep in the dirt. I told her I'm not starting, any sourdough bread until I get my weight down, because that's where I gained my weight when I worked for a bakery. It was the hot bread coming out of the oven. And I think I went from a size 6 to a size 10 in no time because I love bread. I love bread. I didn't even need butter. We used to just core out the whole inside of that Italian loaf. Okay, so yeah, I'll take a lot off then. Well, guys, if nobody is interested in coming up, I will not keep you from your day. If you check out Almost Homesteading's channel, a lot of us are on a little schedule there. And that's who I'm trying to go visit today, the people that are also on that schedule. And just trying to form a community that doesn't have color barriers or, barriers that shouldn't be there. My heart was really hurt today when I was in Carol the Girl miniature, and somebody came in and said there was some idiot streaming the live who was a bigot, basically. They were streaming the live of these beautiful black women and, saying not nice stuff. And I couldn't, his channel didn't matter so much, though, because it wasn't, when I went to go look it up, it didn't come up right away because I was going to report him. But it was just really, come on. This is a place to build one another up, to help one another, to compare stories, to help each other grow, not tear one another down, not do that to your fellow man, But that shows more about that person than it does about the people that they were featuring. So, yeah, let's be better than that today, for sure. Let's be better than that. And I know everybody in my side chat is, because I know these people and I think they're awesome. And I hope if anybody's watching this on replay that you will be that way too. We have to seek justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with God. And I hope you can do that. And I hope you can improve your life a step at a time today. And I will see you guys later, okay? Tonight, 11:30 p.m. I think I'm going live, but I'm really not sure, realizing exactly what Friday this is. So I'm going to have to kind of put that to prayer. Yes, amen. We should be united under the things that matter. That's right. I like that. I'm going to leave that up and end the stream. Thanks, Homestead Aquarius. Thanks to y'all. Yep. Peace and much love and support. And go check out My Renaissance Grandma. That is the coolest little video. And she did that for me, even though she had it somewhere in her repertoire over there. Thank you, Grandma. I really appreciate you. Much love to you.